FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Now, unfortunately, when we were in elementary school, we didn't learn civic skills. I didn't. I don't think most of you did. Civics was something you memorized. You know, our government is made up of 3. It turns out there was a poll some years ago where high school students knew the names of the 3 Stooges more than they knew the names of the 3 branches of government. If we had civic skills, we'd be much more prone to conveying the intensity. For example, when you write a letter to a member of Congress, there's a real skill to it. You can triple its impact saying essentially the same things, but adding certain CCs, you see, and adding a PS saying, I'm just a person signing a letter, but if you want me to send you 20 in the next week, just email me. They said, oh, this person can bring in 20. And if you want me to bring in 50, just give me a few more days. This person's not an ordinary person. This person's intense. The problem is that they don't encourage this. At the same time that they are saying, we are not hearing from the people in an intense way, you go to their town meetings, as I did with Congressman John Larson from Connecticut, my congressman, very good liberal. And he was standing in front of about 150 people in the school auditorium, and he was bemoaning the war. And he was saying, you know, we're just not hearing enough from the people. But he wasn't telling them how they can convey their intensity. He was exonerating his passivity with that comment. What does it take? My guess is that in January, about 250,000 people are going to contact their member on the war. If 5 million people contacted their member on the war, in their own words, not dittos, in their own sense of feeling and factual observance and projections and demands and so on, it would change the whole atmosphere there. And we're not talking about emails. Emails are rapidly depreciating on Capitol Hill. They junk them in wholesale. We're talking about letters, phone calls, and visits when they come back home, where you can eyeball them. And they go back to Congress and they say, you know, I was back in Biloxi, and you just can't believe this guy's like a farmer came up to me. He knew more about Iraq than I did. It's these little stories that begin changing the atmosphere. What we have going for us is that they're privately prone to get out of that place. It's just publicly they're not willing to take a stand. Privately, 85% of the House and Senate want out. They get the intelligence reports and they read the papers like we do. So the reality here is each and every one of us makes a decision to do what we can do. Very few people have circles less than 100 people. People who are relatives, friends, neighbors, and co-workers. That's the circle to start working on.